Welcome back to beautiful Riga, Latvia. We're live for draw 10 of the Titlis Glacier Mountain World Women's Curling Championships 2013. Here you see some of the markets around the town. But of course, all the action that we're interested in right now is in the Volvo Sports Centre. And our featured game will be between Italy and Canada. Italy currently on 2 wins and 4 losses. Canada falling last night to 3 wins and 2 losses. My name is Logan Gray and I'm joined by Kenny Edwards this afternoon. Did you have a nice morning off, Kenneth?
Yeah, spent a bit of time in the old town. It's certainly a beautiful city. But like you say, the action is here in the Volvo Sports Arena. So today's game, Canada, Italy.
Here's the teams. Team Italy, Claudia Olivera playing lead, Chiara Olivieri playing second, third, Georgia Apollonio, and skip, Diana Gaspari. Still very much in contention for the playoffs. These ones, Germany and USA, still hanging in there, and then below them, just out here probably to earn as many Olympic points as possible. Elsewhere in the Volvo Sports Centre this afternoon, Latvia and Russia, China and Sweden, and Switzerland and Scotland. That's Rachel Homan in the white and Diana Gaspari in the blue. Italy will be throwing the red stones and Canada throwing the yellow stones.
Yeah, Logan, first look at Lisa Weigel for Canada. I think we'll see quite an aggressive game from Canada. Expect to see them throw some tight guards, maybe from the second end. Both teams getting a practice before this game gets underway, so they do know roughly what the ice is doing, the speed, the amount of curl is on the pad. So
Claudia Olivera throwing lead stones for Italy. Started to find their way back onto some form in the last game. Was ranked 12th, but between all leads at just 70%. But knocked out an 80% game in the last one to get things back on track. Kenny, would you agree if I said that the Canadians' confidence is probably at an all-time high right now?
yeah, certainly suffered a defeat to Scotland in their opening game, and yesterday evening really lost a tight one to the USA. But to be fair, I think Canada, it's been their own undoing. The way they've called the game hasn't really helped them at all. A few aggressive calls when they didn't really need to make them.
And once again, the rules of play, 6 ends minimum during the round robin stages. Both teams will have 73 minutes to complete their 10 ends worth of stones, and they are entitled to 1 coach interaction for the course of the game. So Weigel hits and rolls out there. I think this game could well come at the right time for the Canadians. They've got to be big favourites in this game despite their loss to USA last night, and I think the key for them today could well be to put some pressure on Diana Gaspari. Her draws were not very good in the last game. Only shot 60% for the whole game. This is Alison Krevzuk. So if they can try and put Gaspari in a position when they don't have the last stone of drawing against a few. We've seen a few big steals going against Italy during the week. So they managed to sort it out for a couple of draws by playing much more defensive when they do have the hammer. So here's Chiara Olivieri. Really struggled this morning against Japan. Some really wayward takeouts. And that wasn't the most convincing hit I've ever seen in the first end.
No, it just manages to squeeze the yellow out of play.
Do you think it's comparable to the other side? Or
I think we'll
just
see
a little extra on
Canada
mine to make
probably
sure it was there.
throw the tight guard in the second end.
Wait, slow. Just tend to glide a little more downwards. Where? All there. T-line. Okay. I think it's deep. We're deep. It's really gliding. Wow. Sides up to speed.
Team Canada throwing that one right through.
Well, if you're going to make a mistake like that, this is the time to do it. Nothing else in play. First end. So a chance for Chiara Olivieri to throw the draw to the wing and try and get her weight. Well, the corner guard goes up. Pretty sure that was supposed to be in the rings, but Rachel Pullman won't be too keen to start taking the play around the corner guard here. We get our first look at Emma Miskew.
No, never.
Oh, and another miss. A really slack start by the Canadians.
Yeah, the body language looks pretty flat of the Canadians. Maybe just still thinking about that defeat to the USA yesterday evening.
Georgia Apollonio, the 25-year-old, with a nice chance here to come around the corner guard.
Yeah, great chance for Italy to probably set up a steal, but I've just thrown that one through. You can't afford to make mistakes like that, especially against Canada.
She's giving me a touch less. Okay.
Ken, is this the sort of curling you expect to see at this level?
Certainly not. But I think it's maybe just nerves here in this first end. And not a great start for Emma Miskew. So Italy still have a chance to get around this corner guard.
Well, that's 3 zeros in a row in the stats for the Canadians.
I don't think they'll actually go down in zeros though, because they removed the stone, so they probably should go down in zeros, Logan.
Goes down as a 0 in my book. Especially when it's as straightforward a shot as a single peel. So Georgia Apollonio gets another bite of the cake here. And much better weight.
I wouldn't mind throwing like a board. Okay.
Canada don't really want to give up a deuce in the first end here. Something we've talked about all week, Kenny, is the importance of the draw shot when you're playing against Canada.
Yeah, it's really important you control the position in the stones, control the top of the forefoot, keep things top of tee. Canadians are so good at manipulating the ends, moving things around, and getting you in tight spots.
Here's Rachel Holman. Absolutely agree, Kenny. I think it's very important for the teams to really try and win the draw shot before the game as well, to get the hammer. Don't fancy teams' chances too much when they fall behind. And here's another miss by Rachel Holman. Misses on the professional side. Canada just all out of sorts in this first end. I actually think we've had more misses from Canada than they probably had in the whole week in the Scotty tournament of hearts to get here.
Yeah, I think so, Logan. They haven't really been firing on all cylinders yet to really get a foothold in this tournament.
Sola, T-line. Sola, T-line. Sola. Sola, T-line.
Well, this draw comes down onto the T-line, and that'd be a good confidence builder for Diana Gaspari. Missed a couple of draws earlier on. Certainly one to give up a steal. Just had to find the 8 foot there, and then another one to score 2. Well, if there's anyone here that can make this double takeout, it's Rachel Holman. She can really throw the high hard one.
Yeah, they're pretty flat with Logan.
Must be pretty close. I just hit that one a fraction thick. I think realistically that was a big ask to make that double right across the house. Comes in, just hits it a fraction too much in the face.
Yeah, so chance for Italy to pick up 2 in this first end. And if I was Canada and got out of this end only giving up 2, I'd be pretty happy, because there has been a catalogue of errors by the whole team.
There's the final stone of the first end. I think Gaspari needing to hold this on the high side here. And job well done by the Italian skip. There will be a score of 2 in the first end for Italy. And maybe we could have a game on our hands this afternoon. Italy 2, Canada 0.
We were hitting edge on edge with Rachel's heel, like, and then we hit 3/4.
It was a bit of a comedy of errors in the first end. Canada making 4 misses and ultimately giving up the deuce in the first end. I need to turn the screw a little bit just to get themselves involved in this game. So they don't want to suffer back-to-back defeats. Lost to the USA last night, and they want to bounce back this afternoon with a victory against Italy. That's Claudio Alvera. And this is Lisa Weigel throwing up the corner guard here in the first end. Alvera just slipped to the back of the 4-foot circle.
It's over, Curly. Just leave it there. It's good. Buona 5.
Trying to get this one in front of the tee line here. Kenny, we noticed something there between the ends. It's usually a pretty standard procedure for the whole team to come together between the ends. And Rachel Homan kind of staying at the opposite end of the ice. Can we read anything into that?
I certainly think you can. Just sums up the body language of Team Canada. They don't seem like a unit out there this afternoon. Something just not clicking for the four of them.
Yeah, certainly. Usually what you would do is, regardless of the outcome of the end, you pull everyone together, you have a chat about the previous end, agree your goal for the next end. Maybe have a little bit of banter, a little bit of fun. I think that would definitely be a good idea for the Canadians right now. Just need somebody just to ease the mood a little bit, have a joke and a laugh, and just relax everyone, so they can go out there and get into their ideal performance state and start making some shots. Olivieri going to try and peel this guard here. Can they spin this one into the rings? Very nearly.
Fell pretty quick to the other wing, Allie.
Pam, do you think it'll be the same going this way?
I think so. I haven't seen anything
I'm
going
just off the line to begin with, though.
So I think Canada will just ignore
Definitely throw less
that
and
red
less than
stone
that.
that's sitting short
Yeah,
in the
a
back
little
8
less
foot
than that.
and try and go around the corner guard.
Sweet spot.
I think you have to go.
Yeah, line.
Alison Krebs up coming around this very, very
Sweet
tight
kick.
corner guard.
Hard. Hard. Whoa, you're by.
Pull your by.
Clean, clean, clean. Finish. You're by, you're by. Finish if not by hands.
Great shot from Alison there, right in behind.
Good adjustment there by Alison Krevizok after her first draw in the first end going through the house. Here's Eve Muirhead of Scotland. And possibly the pick of the draw this game. Scotland and Switzerland. Switzerland currently 4 wins and 2 losses. And Scotland really starting to build up a head of steam. 4 wins and 1 loss. And a perfect stone here by Eve Muirhead. And the perfect start for Scotland. Score of 2 in the first end. And Scotland leads Switzerland by 2 shots to 0.
So, slight mistake from Italy.
I
Do
still like
remove
that. I don't mind the
the
freeze
Yellowstone
if you-
from play, but rolled themselves. So
Okay. Good pass.
Canada probably
Feeling
left with an
same weight.
opportunity to maybe freeze the back
Should be
red.
nice
Is
here,
that
right?
the
Yeah,
call we'll
that
get?
should be.
Yeah, I think that is what Rachel's nominated here.
Sweet spot.
You're close.
little deep. Take it, Lise. Yep. Hard. Really hard, guys. Keep going. Keep going. A little bit farther. Sweep, Chris. Okay, nice sweep.
Okay, so Canada line 2 here in the second end.
Just a little wide. I'm giving her this much less than I gave for my
Diana Gaspari opting to hit that stone just played by Alison Krevza.
You need to work hard on this one. Keep it. Does enough. Loses the back red also.
There's Errol Morris.
Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely think he's writing some sort of memoirs up there. I think me and Sander decided it was called Up on the Bench the other day.
We can wait. Well, then. Only. Line only. Whoa, then.
That notepad will be worth something someday.
Line's really good. Yep.
Emma Miscue
Yep.
again going for the freeze on this ride back to the tee line. Aggressive call by Canada.
Yeah, this one looking pretty good though.
Yeah, just over curls a fraction. And there's Fabio Olvera.
Remove the yellow.
Brava, Joe.
They do, but they roll themselves. And now Canada have a chance maybe to come around a corner guard or split the play.
Okay, sounds good.
Call for Miscue is just to draw the open side.
It looks good. Gotta go. Okay. It looks good. It looks all there. No, never. Stay with it, Lee. Stay with it. Yep, yep, yep. Yep, yep, yep. Keep going.
So a well-worked opportunity here for Canada. A much better second end so far.
Still ran for a long time. Yeah. We can wait a little more on the other.
Final Fábio me grita quando me bate.
Just one of the nice things about this is that it's actually in second shot position, and even if Gaspari did make a hit and roll in slightly, you have to go a long way to lie the shot position, and they could probably play a draw with the next one rather than a hit. Even freeze one on, and you might actually get the opportunity to score 3. So good stone positioning by the Canadians.
Doesn't hang around the Logan.
C'è un pezzo di track che non kerla.
So that chance for a 3 might be there, but I don't think they're going to go for it. I think they're just going to play it safe. And this is maybe a change of tact and maybe a change of attitude for Team Canada.
Seems to be gliding really nicely to the wings, and we can take
Earlier in the week they would have been round that guard
You want it in the same place
all
as
day.
them? Okay.
The confidence
less
maybe
than
just not as high as it
Little less.
has been. So going for the easier of the 2 shots, just to draw the open side.
Line's nice. Pretty good.
Yeah, actually the hit and roll out was probably
Seems
the
like,
best
guys,
option in
seems
the end for
really
Diana Gaspari. If you stick around anywhere there and you're not in shot position, you're getting
All the way to
frozen
T,
and
can't hurt it.
really
Go.
making things difficult for yourself.
Keep going,
That
keep going.
you pretty much have to accept you're going to lose 2 here in the second end.
Okay, great sweep, guys. Good stuff. Good sweep. So that was like a little tighter than M's, eh? Didn't seem like it.
No? Okay.
Didn't seem like what? Like I gave the exact same broom. Maybe I was a little tired.
Okay. Just stay, 9.
There's Georgia Apollonio holding the brush. That makes a hit and stick, but I don't think Rachel Holman will be too interested in that redstone. Just needs to find the 8-foot circle to score 2.
Pretty close to practice. Maybe cleaned up a little bit more. But... Same that I just threw should be good, eh? Okay.
Yeah, so great opportunity to level things up for Canada and Rachel Holman. Final stone of the second end.
Line's nice. Weight's good. Line's can't hurt it. It looks good. It looks good. Can't hurt it, guys. Keep it clean.
This one just comes down into the 4-foot. It will be a score of 2. The game all tied now, 2 each after 2 ends.
Nice throw. I thought that was a little more than to the wing, and I think that's what I said in my hand too. Yeah.
The Volvo Sports Centre is where it's at in Riga, Latvia. This is draw 10 of the Titlis Glacier Mountain World Women's Curling Championships 2013. And if you've just joined us, our featured game is between no, it's not between Latvia. It's between Italy and Canada. Tie game after 2 ends.
Halfway tight.
And slightly more promising from Canada in the second end, Kenny.
Yeah, certainly didn't start the game very confidently at all. Just didn't look at home on the ice, but settled in the second end. Constructed a 2 perfectly.
It's over curling. Yep. Keep it straight for a bit. It's good. Yeah. It's really light. Now that it's curling.
Over curling now, eh?
Yep.
Okay.
Tight? Yeah, just a little. Release.
Diana Gaspari just holding the broom. For Team Italy.
Ferma Chiara. Un po' di più. Buona, buona.
Ferma davanti. No.
Buona, buona,
Sì,
buona.
wanting this one top of the 4-foot. Don't want to slip back. So probably the worst place they could have ended up was back at the 1-foot there. Canada with a chance just to play a freeze. And Lisa Weigel has been pretty prolific at playing these shots so far this week.
Line's good. Wait only. That's pretty good. Whoa. It's pretty good. Gotta go. Wait only. Line's good. Right to it. Get
looking
a shot. Hard.
Excellent
Little farther.
for
Whoa.
line. Here we see it. As good as You could have played really.
Puoi anche toccare la guardia. 9-8-9. Sì, sì. Dai che bella, sì. Come prima. Fortissimo, fortissimo.
È lentissima!
Vai, non so cosa fare. Vai, vai, continua, 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 continua. Oh.
Huge over curl here by Olvera, and nose taps that yellow. So Latvia and Russia. Latvia scoring 1 in the first end. And here's Anna Sidorova with a great chance in the second. Just one red stone. Lonely in that 4-foot circle. And she punches it straight through the house. It will be a score of 3 for the yellows of Russia. And 2 ends played. Russia leading Latvia by 3 shots to 1.
It's just like a 1-2. Stay with it. Yeah, that's good. You're good. Just keep it clean.
Yeah, Canada got their single stone in the 4-foot. They'll be pretty happy. They've got a little bit of backing as well. Italy in all sorts of trouble now, just by playing that slightly heavy shot to the back of the fort. This is what's put us in this position now.
Yeah, Olivieri with some tidying up to do here. Just gets the second guard off. Nice shot there by the Italian second player.
Tight, Allie?
Do you like same weight?
Yeah, I think pretty close.
Same weight, okay? You think?
I think so.
It will be a guard again here. Good thing maybe that Italy will have to run guards in here at some point to try and get out of this mess. Got stones checked all the way up the centre line at the moment.
No, never. No, no, no. Yep, yep. Whoa, 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 whoa. Nice shot. Nice sweep. Thanks.
Good sweep.
It's good, Allie.
Non è meglio tirare via quella che...
Sulla gialla così?
Eh?
Provare così? Ci serve entrare da
Ci
questa.
serve entrare così, mica
Così?
così.
Apri questa gialla qua.
Su questa?
E allora?
Anche questa va qua? Togli quelle due.
Olivieri going to try and open this one up. Double peel once again, and even if shit's a little bit too thick, maybe she can drive this red straight in. It's a little bit thick, and how's your luck? Pretty good. Oh, and lies in shot position. Unbelievable pick right off the top there.
Hack? Yeah. Okay, okay.
Still, I think Rachel Holman will be reasonably content with this situation. Still in a really strong position here.
Hacken? Hack! Clean, yes! Yes! Hack! Clean!
Yeah, just a quiet way to take out here. Trying to control it with the supers.
Wait only. Wait only. Wait only, guys. Roll if you can.
And a nice shot there. China, Sweden. Sweden on 5 wins and no losses in China. getting their first win this morning, taking down Andrea Schopp of Germany. Here's Maria Prutz with her final stone of the second end. Looks like a bit of a circus shot off the winger. Maybe it could have scored 3 there if she got it really good. Doesn't manage to do so, and it's a steal of 1. Oh, a score of 1 in the second end, and 2 ends played there. Sweden 1, China 0.
I still got light and I extended. Where am I? Top 8? Yeah.
I think that one picked in Emma Miscu's hand. Seemed to jump a bit, and it's going to require a big effort from Trev Zuck and Weigel to get this one down into the rings.
Okay, that's good.
Still puts it in a handy spot.
Yeah, I pulled it to the center line. Yeah. Pick? Well, like my rock jolt like pulled me in, and I wasn't sliding that way.
You can see there's still a route through to that red top of the 8-foot, maybe to tap it back.
Yeah, I think they'll save that one for later. Kenny, they're going to come around the out turn this time. Try and make the freeze. Really going out quite wide on the sheet here. So at the times might have to be just a little bit conscious of the ice conditions. So in the arena ice conditions, it can tend to be a little bit quicker out here. Maybe get some fresh pebble. Georgia Apollonios found a gorgeous line here. Will it lie in shot position? Super stone.
Yeah, great execution there by the Italian third.
I think so. Really straight. Like it glides a bit, I think, at the beginning. And then the weight dies off at the end, but...
Watch for it at the end.
Yeah.
Okay, quick here.
Sorry?
Quick here.
We think it's a touch slower.
Really?
I just got her at a 13.4.
Doesn't touch the whole way down.
I know that, like, when you throw and then the next one after, it does clean up a bit.
Can I throw the same as practice? They went back forth?
Close to practice, yeah.
Maybe a foot more.
Yeah.
So good communication between the front end and Rachel Homan. Timing that wide draw by Apollonio.
Line's pretty close. Make sure it's there. Line's good. Make sure it's there. Weight only. Weight's good. Line's really good. Whoa, line. Need to finish? Go if you have to. Whoa! There's lots of room. Go if you have to.
Yeah, gotta go.
Okay, go then. Hard, hard, hard. Get a shot. Hard! Hard! Farther. Keep going. Keep going. Hard, hard, hard.
Well, just maybe an inch short there. And I wonder if that red stone that you talked about, Kenny, at the top of the 8-foot might come into play here.
Yeah, it does get in behind the guard, so Logan, so it'll be pretty hard to remove.
Okay.
Well, you could throw the guard here, and you'd probably still have a couple of options to score too.
What's the call here, Logan? Are they coming right round to everything?
No, I think they're just guarding that yellow stone. They don't want Canada to come in and be able to tap that up. They certainly need to do something about it, whether they remove it or whether they guard it up so it can't be raised with Rachel Homan's next stone. It's that yellow stone 3 stones away from us there. That's the offending rock.
2, 3. Da sola, da sola. 2, 3. 2, 3.
È tanto fuori.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Oh. 2, 3. Va bene. 1, 2, 2. 2. Sì. Sì. Sì, ancora giù.
That's a pretty good spot there. You don't want to sweep this one too far. That finds a really good spot actually. Nice stone there by Gaspari.
Esterno. 3, 6.
It's like this isn't really. It just gives her an easier shot.
Very safe.
We go for there. Then she can't get two because she hits it.
double, right?
Kind of guard like tight.
That's well.
There. That's what I mean. And then at least you block it.
You've got to sweep it to one spot.
Well, if it's finishing
Going so
hard,
well
we
for
go
us.
because she can't follow with the out or in-turn. She'll only be able to throw the out turn.
We have to try it anyways. I don't.
have to go pretty far out.
Like this gets you to pin, so I don't think we're going to be even close to the pin.
So we're just listening to
If you end up right here, like half
Rachel Holman
Or even here if
and
it hangs.
Minshew are discussing.
yeah, but then she just comes to the out turn. It's pretty easy.
Just it might be tougher than I don't know.
If we it's gonna overcurl the guard. Like there's no way we're
Actually
not
conceded
going
the
to.
fact that
Get
they're
it
probably
half
going to
on.
give up this end. So they're just going to try and make it hard for Italy to score 2.
There's the Canadian bench. Steph Ledrew on the right, Errol Morris in the middle, and Elaine Dag-Jackson on the left.
Half in the 4.
Just bite the 4.
Bite the 4.
So something just kind of around the 8-foot circle will be a pretty good spot. They can even go a little bit further into the 4-foot. But certainly no points for being heavy here for Rachel Holman.
Pretty good. Wait on me. Wait on me. It's got a curl. It's coming now. It's coming now. Get a T-line. Get a T-line. Hard! Hard!
So that's probably a good spot there, Logan.
Yeah, absolutely, Kenny. Now, how do the Italians score 2 here?
Bocciata normale. La vedi ben tutta?
Going. È ben nostro?
Allora. Oddio, dobbiamo passare bella qui, Non mi piace tanto spizzare questa,
Sì, ma se la spizzi non succede niente.
No, non volevo che beccasse questa, tutto lì.
Vabbè, ma se non la becchi l'importante è fare il punto,
Così. Tiro 9,5.
Look at that shot there. Looks like it maybe put a barrier weight to come down through the port between the yellow and red guards. So they're
Se
sitting
prendi
pretty
la
high.
guardia va bene, restiamo
Shirty
sullo
quarter
stretto
stone
che
roll
sul
across
largo.
to yellow on the left-hand side at the top of the 4-foot.
Border.
And pick up 2
9,5.
that weight.
Perché border Michela troppo va giù.
Ok.
Setting up for the out turn, Diana Gaspari.
Oh! 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 Sì! Oh! Sì!
Has she got it? Must be close.
Oh, oh. Cat.
Oh,
Ho ragione io.
just needed to hit that a hair thicker. I don't really know why they were swooping that one, Kenny. But it will roll right through the 4-foot circle.
Stavo andando sulla gela di là.
And a force in the end
So far out.
of a score of 1 for Italy and 3 ends played. It's Italy 3, Canada 2.
You are watching live coverage from the Titlis Glacier Mountain World Women's Curling Championships. Coming to you live from the Volvo Sports Centre, Riga, Latvia. It's Italy taking on Canada. Italy leading 3-2. Would it be fair to say it's a little bit of a surprise, Logan?
I think that Italy are definitely worth the lead at the moment. Played some really nice shots. Really raised their game against this Canadian team. Canada certainly put a very nice second end with the hammer and making an aggressive call here with Lisa Weigel throwing the corner guard. Canada haven't been that great with the hammer so far this week, but certainly their strength is without the hammer and forcing the opposition to score. Canada often do score with the hammer, but it's quite often just a single point. But the amount of steals that they lose is
pretty good. I didn't think we were
bare
gonna have
minimum.
to pound it, but I thought we had to steal.
Claudia Olvera playing 72% for the week so far. Claudia Olvera just over curling this one, swings right out their side of the centre guard. So like quite a few times this morning as well against Japan, just a little bit of a lazy handle on those interns. So Weigel playing 82%.
Clean, yep. Close. Little light. Yep. Hard. No roll. Nice shot.
A really nice hit and roll here by Lisa Weigel. And Switzerland against Scotland on sheet D. So Eve Muirhead making a nice hit for 2 in the first end. And here's Silvana Tirinzoni with the final stone of the third end. The second was blanked. It looks like she's drawing for 2 here, but looking a little bit hot. The sweepers are signaling to the stone to stop. Can Anna Sloan get this one through? She certainly can. A big mistake there by Tirinzoni. Had some woeful drawing on that sheet yesterday against Sweden, and those problems continuing. There's a score of 1 for Switzerland though, and Scotland leading Switzerland by 2 shots to 1 after 3 ends.
Definitely slid. Scrolls hard at the end, Allie.
Alison Krausak up to 80%, 86% for the week. Just a great turnaround after a slow start. Had a bad game against Scotland, but
Weight's good.
really
It's nice, a little heavy.
starting to show her pedigree.
Light only. Gotta go. Whoa. Yep. Hard. Whoa. What's that?
Yeah, so a nice draw in behind the corner guard. This one
It's hard to say.
just shaving past the corner guard.
Okay, good sweep.
Yeah, finds a super spot. So I think it'll be Olivieri with the run back. 74% chance of making this shot based on her form this week. Some frantic sweeping going on here. Oh, actually was trying to go around the outside there. That was a really risky shot without the hammer. And it could well be punished for that one. Canada now lying 2. Russia, Latvia. And Iveta Stasasarsunit facing a whole heap of yellow granite here. Needs to find a forefoot with this draw to score.
Whoa!
Yeah, no backing either, Logan. You need to draw pretty cold to
Whoa!
the forefoot.
Whoa!
Yeah, actually drawn against 5 yellows. And a perfect draw by the Latvian skip. A score of 1. And I'm sure a sigh of relief there.
Yeah, I don't know how we get there.
Russia leading by 3 shots to 2 over Latvia.
I don't think we can get there either.
You can't get there from this
We
way.
can't get there either way. We can't get there.
Like if I throw my like straight in turn, we could probably get, if we took like middle at 12.
Let's go that side. We can't go here.
Yeah.
We have to come this way though.
You'd rather come around?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Okay, top 8, Ollie.
Last time you
Yeah, I
threw
think that's
here,
probably
we
the call,
swept it for
Logan,
a
to get
freeze
around the
back
centre
forward.
guard before
We swept
the
it a
Italians.
lot, so you throw similar weight.
Similar to that one,
Yeah.
you think?
Well, against the USA last night, they were in position for a big score. And Erica Brown-Myers to freeze on a stone in behind the centre guard to get themselves out of trouble. And the key for me here is that it doesn't actually have to be in behind the guard. You can leave this one kind of poking out a little bit. Maybe tempt the Italians to play a takeout on it, or even leave it in a position where if the Italians did manage to find one in behind the centre guard, you've got something to raise up. But Kenny, that was not one of the options.
Yeah, certainly wasn't. You can't afford to leave that one short. Krevchuk not really firing in this game. Struggling somewhat.
Apollonio playing 76% so far this week. She really had a lot of hard shots in the last game.
So China, Sweden leading 1-0. They are in third end. Ping Jung Wang with a chance to take the lead. Trying to score at least 2.
Okay, whoa.
It's okay.
Perfectly made. They do score 2 and take the lead
Whoa, line.
2-1 after 3 ends.
Right off.
Canada going aggressive, trying to come around this
Just
guard
top
again.
12, whoa.
Keep going. Full 8.
That one just didn't curl at all. It's interesting to see that one again because just didn't move.
Italy pretty much off the hook with a nose hit here. I think it was the right shot to go around the centres.
No! Tirala di là allora! No, sono io da là!
Okay.
Merda.
Do you want to try this way?
Sure, I can throw the same way if you want me to come that way.
Same ice is mine.
Do you want me to be softer?
I gave you less ice.
Okay.
Yeah, still trying to get around on the end turn.
It's about the same.
Yeah, Miscu playing 82% so far this week. Certainly very solid numbers for a third at this level.
Looks heavy. It's really heavy.
Die down.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Certainly found a better path this time.
Lasciala, lasciala là.
Slips beyond the tee line though. They're just not quite managing to get their stone positioning quite right so far.
Questo è il suo, quello che ha detto lei.
81 ha tirato lei.
È il suo ghiaccio. L'importante è chiuderli il forfoot, eh?
Sì, sì.
Andiamo a freeze. Comunque l'importante è arrivare a chiuderli davanti, ok? Per prendere il secondo punto dobbiamo assolutamente tazzare il bianco.
Got into that ridge.
Yeah.
You had to get inside that ridge.
Yeah,
which
so-
you did, but just we're swept again.
Possibly the chance for Italy to come down and corner freeze this yellow.
Tournament accuracy 76 for Diana Gaspari.
Viva è buona! Devi solo kirlare! E anche tanto! Via Chiara, via! Merda! Qua! Via, via, via da là, via, 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 via! Oh, oh!
Just does enough to hang around for second and third.
76.
And this is now a golden opportunity for Rachel Holman once again.
A little quick here.
That's the same line as M's, eh?
Yeah.
Same line as the last one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it quick here?
I think
Seems
it's
to
a
be
touch
sliding
quicker,
nicely,
yeah.
like in practice.
It seems.
So the one you guys swept for my draw for two, similar weight?
I think that'd be
Stand
close.
faster.
Yeah.
No, I think
No, I
that's
don't
good
think
weight,
it's
Rach.
faster.
That's good.
79% for Rachel Holman.
Line's nice.
And she needs a good one here. She's looking for something in the
Line's really good.
Philly in the 8-foot circle.
Weight's good,
Hard
weight's good!
line, hard line. Whoa,
Line only!
Whoa, whoa, switch.
No, just top four, just top four.
Hard finish, hard finish. Hard.
That's a great stone.
Nice judgment.
And beginning to find their feet.
Nice shot. Okay, that was better. Sorry.
I threw a little less because I thought it
See,
might
it
be
comes
faster.
past the
I
guard
didn't think
by
it was faster, but I
quite a lot of
didn't go with that
inches to
line.
spare.
Yeah. Well, the way they judged it.
Just hard finish at the end. Pulls it right in behind.
Didn't curl and dive. Do I mind?
I think it's just a little
So trying for a freeze, it looks like here, Switzerland and Scotland. Scotland still leading 2-1. And this is the fourth end. Final stone. Eve Muirhead going for a run back here.
Close? No.
That sounded like a disapproving no from Eve. Not even close. And it's a steal of one for Silvana Tirinsoni and her Swiss team. Tie game there after 4 ends. Switzerland 2, Scotland 2. Here's Diana Gaspari trying a tough draw here onto the 1 foot. Could maybe play a takeout off one of the wide stones here, but trying for this tough draw.
Needs to be so perfect. Line's looking pretty good at the moment. And rubs off it. And it will be an open hit for 3 for Rachel Holman.
Even if you do this, as long as you don't hit this one, it's fine.
But I can roll all the way into my rocks.
Yeah.
Control?
Yeah.
Already sitting
How much?
2.
Control. Okay. I think this is gonna move him. Okay, just a hair more. It'll come back. Okay, control 8. Yeah.
So expecting this one to move quite a bit at weight. Took a long time to curl at draw weight, so interesting to see what it does after takeout weight.
Down normal.
Down
Second stone of the 4th end.
Whoa! Down normal. Clean. Yep. Clean. Clean. Clean.
Seems pretty happy with this one. And despite a couple of little stutters in the end, it is a score of 3 all in the 4-foot for Rachel Holman and her Canadian side. And much better hammer efficiency today by the Canadians. 4 ends played, and it's Canada 5, Italy 3.
So while the teams are preparing for the 5th end, we're going to go over and see Latvia taking on Russia. And Russian skip Anna Sidrova facing one Latvian stone at the back 8-foot. Has a chance to pick up
Yep.
their second 3 of the game.
Oh.
Just a straightforward
Oh.
nose hit.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
And a takeout is made, so they lead in that one 6-2 after 4 ends.
Here's Olvera throwing the corner guard.
Okay. Bye.
Nice top 4 draw to start the end from Lisa Weigel.
Bene. Top 12's good. We can freeze. Yeah. Make sure we're in there. We're on the same weight, eh? Yeah. Yeah, the weight was good. Weight's good. I think it's on its own.
So Canada 2 ahead.
All the way over? We're in. All the way over?
We've seen them in this position before, Logan. Do you expect them to close out the game fairly easily now? Or?
Yeah, well, I think the thing about this Rachel Holman team is that when they go ahead, it's very difficult to steal from them. They'll start playing the tick shots immediately. They won't wait until the last end, and they'll just keep that center path to the scoring area wide open. So the damage really needs to be done when Italy have the last stone. Really need to make sure that they make their hit and sticks. That's what they failed to do earlier on today. And need to remember that every stone in play is a stone that they can use to their benefit to try and get back into this one. Hangs the shooter around. Unfortunately, the corner guard isn't in that great a position. Would maybe like it another 6 feet closer to the rings.
Normal. Up. Down a bit. Not sticking around yet.
Yeah, So it does make it a takeout.
Wide sheets. Yeah. Nice shows. Thanks. I think you're one straight. You think so?
Well, Alison
I think
Kravchuk
that bridge, no?
not really
Your first one?
having her A game.
Sorry, I threw it a little out. So straight there.
The second one curled really nice. Yeah. I do the same.
5. Sola. Linea buona. Linea buona, linea molto buona. 5. Arriva, è molto bella. Qua. Vai, 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 tira, 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 che perfetta, tira, che perfetta, ancora. Ok. Brava.
Oh, a nice draw there by Olivieri. And meanwhile, China and Sweden. And this looks like a straightforward draw for Maria Prutz to give Sweden a score of 2. Just needs to find the 8-foot circle.
Sì, viene lì, se längre ut bara. Sì. Jobba nu. Hårt.
Fylla igen.
Hårt.
Oh, the caps are going to work on this one.
Jobba, 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 jobba. Bajta vid. Kom igen nu. Bajta vid. Kör nu, Fritz.
All three of them in there.
Kör
Can they get it there?
Maria Prutz is really trying to muscle her own shot home.
Säker? Ja. Det är 70. Hamnar så långt ut.
Well,
Det gick ganska långt ut.
can confirm it was a score of 2 for Sweden, just getting it far enough. And Sweden taking a 3-2 lead over China,
Deve carrare. Occhio. Vai, 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 tira giù, tira giù, tira
which I
giù.
believe is Bingyu Wang's 100th game at the World Championships representing China. Thanks to Sander for that stat. Don't think we'll see too much messing around here from the Canadians. Just going to peel the guard. Another missed peel by Emma Miscue. Doesn't seem to be our shot of choice at the moment.
Yeah, didn't even catch the one in the house, just flicked it to the edge of the 12, and it's still in play.
Oh, might be wrong, Kenny. I think they're playing a straight draw here. It's an aggressive call. My only concern is that the Reds are going to be too close together. It's really difficult to find this in a spot that doesn't give Canada a chance to either run one onto it or freeze it.
Got to make sure you stick it in the house, though, Logan. So a hit chicken probably right across to the opposite side. Probably don't want to go in behind Cronenberg with this one. So there we see it going right away.
Thought it might be straight out there like the other sheets, but it curled.
Well, opportunity lost. Georgia Apollonia just not able to make full advantage of that miss by Emma Miscue. Can they make the hit and roll behind the corner here? Lively Stones just catching the Italians out once again. Springs out to the edge of the 12-foot.
still moved.
I thought she was normal.
Yeah. It rolled across the house.
Okay. Are you throwing normal or up?
Up.
Okay.
Up normal. Yeah.
Hard!
Well,
Hard!
Rachel Holman
Hard!
homing in on the nose of this takeout. And lying 2.
Nice sweep. Good shot. Not messing around on those boards.
Yeah.
It curls a lot then.
Still a chance here though for Gaspari. They were always leaving this opportunity for Diana Gaspari to come around the corner guard, and maybe they can even still score 2 here in the 5th end. So quite a lot of room to work with. Rachel Holman even rolling in towards the corner guard. And that could be a useful stone to the Italians here.
Anti-line. E anche over. No, deve curlare, via con la scopa.
Well, certainly plenty of line at the moment. Really need this one to bank down hard and to grind in too. Miscu trying to get it past that back one. Just hangs around for shot stone. So that's a little bit of nuisance value, that. Eve Muirhead of Scotland, final stone of the 5th end. Should be a straightforward nose hit for 2.
Whoa! Whoa! Clean! Clean! Keep it clean! Yep! Whoa!
She seems to be pretty straight there. It doesn't come down at all. And hits it right on the beak. A score of 2 yellows in the 5th end and a 2-shot lead for Scotland. 5 ends played, Scotland 4, Switzerland 2. So I don't think Rachel Holman needs to do anything too fancy here. Just needs to push that red stone through the back.
Back line. Back line. Okay. Okay, let's go reach back line. Quick here, eh? Yep.
Just the back line weight called here by Rachel Holman.
Clean it.
If you see any of this in the hack, there might be some value in just smashing it. Seems quite happy with the line and the weight.
Roll it over.
Cleats are not rolling.
Not gonna roll with that.
Canada lying 3 here in the 5th end, and maximum concentration required here for Diana Gaspari. Did say during the 1st end that it's going to be really important for Diana Gaspari to make these draws. She has failed on a couple of occasions when drawing against a few opposition stones with her last one, giving up big steals, and this would be a terrible time to miss here. Should be full concentration, even has a little bit of backing here.
But you've got to throw the weight, Logan. Have they done enough?
Big effort by the team. Can they get it far enough to score? Wow. That wasn't part of the plan. This one almost lost its handle, actually. And gets far enough to score 1. Will be a score of 1 in the 5th end for Italy, and after 5 ends, Canada leading by 5 shots to 4.
Sorry. We have a drip
Kind of like
on our ice.
waiting online and then
We do. We have a little puddle forming at the other end.
once we know what we're doing.
We have a little puddle forming at the other end.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
needed to go
If you
earlier.
like, I can show it
We
to
know
you.
the lines are
It's on the other end.
moving like crazy.
Here?
Else we can wait.
Okay.
5-4 at the moment. Let's see how we got there here in the first end. After a few misses by the Canadians, it would leave an open nose hit for Diana Gaspari to score 2. And no mistake there, it would be a score 2 in the first end for Italy. Then the second end, a well-worked second end by the Canadians, spreading their stones out. And the simplest of draws for Rachel Holman. Finds his way to the 8-foot circle. And the game would be 2 each after 2 ends.
That's what I said.
Then an end for a super draw with Rachel Holman's first stone. Diana Gaspari doesn't quite get her freeze right. And Rachel Holman with the chance to score 3. Just plays a quiet way to take out and hits and rolls into the 4-foot. It's a score of 3 to lead by 5 shots to 3. And there was a score of 1 in the 5th as well. Half time here, and Canada 5, Italy 4. Well, it's all go here in the Volvo Sports Centre. Latvia, Russia, the local derby. So you see a couple of scores of 3 for Russia. Big favourites in this game, the reigning European champions. Latvia having to draw against multiple yellow Russian stones again. And it's a score of 1. So there might have been a double takeout there possible, but plenty of strengths, drawing 1 in, and it's Russia 6, Latvia 3, as you see at the top there. China and Sweden tied after 5 ends, and Scotland leading Switzerland by 2 shots at the turn.
Toglie la guardia. No, no, di togliere la guardia. No. Ho capito, ho capito, ho capito.
Ne avremo 2. Fai così e ti appoggi. Se non la prendi, la guardia davanti, non ci sarà più, apri il gioco. Segui. Va bene,
Ragazze, dai. Dai che siamo in partita. Dai che siamo in partita.
If not, I just need to let go my heels hitting a rock with rotation.
They have like, it's almost like a fortune cookie, like each individually wrapped chocolate has a little note in it.
Yeah, so good. These aren't salted or anything. So the clock is running.
So we take a look at the stats of the game. We see Italy trailing 5-4. Percentage is not that high. 73 for Canada, plays 63 for Italy. And the real telling point really is the hits. Italy only 55%.
So at the moment, during the game, it won't do anything.
Okay.
It's going to drip. What we can do is we can scrape it out every end.
Every end. Okay.
And leave it for
Is there going to be any pebble?
like,
Did you put more pebble on it?
Yeah, he put on pebble again.
So it's going to be super slow there?
Yeah.
Great.
Like, it's only, he only gave it a little shot.
Yeah. Yeah, but on the draw line, the rocks are going to stop.
But be careful, because it drips every 2 seconds.
Yeah, it dripped on me.
It drips
really
again.
dripping heavy.
Oh, it's like dripping really fast.
So,
See a
here
little
at the
right
Volvo
above
Sports
the
Centre.
I and the T.
There we see there's a little drip on the ice. So the guys have just removed the little high spot. Still visible, so it'll be interesting to see if that plays a factor in the second half of this game. You are watching live coverage from the Titlis Glacier Mountain World Women's Curling Championships from the Volvo Sports Centre, Riga, Latvia. The
Yeah.
stone wasn't released before the hog line. Silver handles, touch sensitive.
That's good, eh? I think we're there.
You see, it's a wiggle for Canada, trying to throw the corner guard.
I think we might be in.
Sit down. It's not in, it's just really tight.
It's gotten so big.
Yeah, that's like a lot of water. Hey, Elise.
So, Gloria Olvera for Italy.
Linea buona! Tutta, 4! Linea perfetta, vai che bella! 4! Se 4 è buona, eh! Tira, tira che c'è, dai che bellissima! Tira, 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 tira! Dai che va, 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 dai che va!
Strange call coming around
Ok, ok.
corner guard.
Brava!
Control. Control. Should curl. Girls.
So Riga will have a chance to play the takeout. It's pretty open.
Oh, jeez.
Okay.
It never moves. Okay. Okay. Nice throw.
Togliamo questa! Sì! Fortissimo! Forte! Oh, dall'altra!
Into the second stones. A chance for Italy to pull the guard off or hit and roll in. Now this is rolled to an interesting spot. And you see Rachel Holman making her way out just to clean the ice.
因为你把点再稍微小一点，我打外侧。
But China taking on Sweden. Kim Jong-Wang trying to take out on the Swedish counter. And it was a hit for 2, but only manages to pick up the single.
这点缩的不够，我想打外侧。
Stone didn't deviate too much when it went over that area of damaged ice, but just be interesting to see why the Italians aren't drawing the round in behind that problem area.
Buona, 78.
Alison Krevizok only playing 66%. I thought she was on her way back to form after a poor start to the week. Just coming back off the rails again.
Che mi farò scopare adesso, se devo trovare la velocità.
Apollonio only playing 56%. There's been a lot of really weak play in the middle order of both teams, really.
Buona. Buona, buona. 5. Buona 5. Buona 5. Tutto da sola, 5.
Bene?
My weight was a bit down, so.
Okay, it looks good.
And Emma Miskew only playing 59%.
Yeah, that's a big surprise.
Well, if you take the 3 peels she's missed out of the equation, she's probably actually playing quite well. And considering the peels should be pretty much the easiest shot. Maybe just a lapse of concentration on those shots.
Non è più facile così.
Normale. Buona. Mezzo. Buona, no? No? Sì, sì, sì. Oh, buona, buona, buona. Bravo cane. Ce l'ha? Questa l'ho presa. Questa l'ho presa.
I'm sure the ice crew won't be too excited about this drip they've got on the sheet. It wouldn't take too long for it to freeze into a big lump on the ice.
Yep.
So they need to get that stopped as soon as possible. Stefan Roethlisberger, the head ice technician this week, supported by Scott Henderson.
You okay?
Yeah. Sorry, it used to curl there, honestly.
Do you think that potential lump on the ice could be any sort of distraction to the players, Kenny?
Yeah, it certainly could. I'm surprised the Italians didn't try and draw in behind it. Certainly, I'd be trying to pull the play towards it.
That would be very sportsmanlike, though, would it, Kenny?
Well, you obviously know my way of thinking, Logan.
You're an evil man. Diana Gaspari only playing 66%. Really looking for all of these numbers to be up over the 80% mark. Just not good enough so far today. Well, this will be interesting. If this rolls out, it doesn't quite, but I bet Rachel Holman would be drawn around the drip.
It does seem to be honest.
For normal or up?
Peel.
You got this at the end, Lee? Lee? Got it at the end there?
For sure.
Rachel Holman having a decent game. 81% by the young Canadian skip.
Hard, right up.
Nice throw.
Good. It's fine.
I'm not risking it.
No.
Just hearing Alison Krevizok saying that she's not risking it. She's just stopping on all those out-turn peels out wide at the hog line, just in case she catches the foam like she did in the first game against Scotland, trips and burns the running stone.
Yeah, I've seen quite a few falls out here this week.
No!
Occhio, è buona, occhio.
No, no! No mai, no mai, no mai, no! Esagerata. Mamma. Sorry.
Yeah, so that red does roll out of play. I think we'll just see
If you go over it,
the throw through.
No, because what happens if it stops and then goes in the ring?
imagine it stops dead. You got it, Alex?
Yeah.
Final stone on the 6th end, Rachel Holman. Just going to throw this one away. Doesn't want to score.
I'd like to put my jacket on. Maybe we can scrim back there. They're gonna come. They're scraping.
There you see the score. 5-4 Canada lead.
Well, the ice crew is out there just inspecting this drip damage. Stefan Rothsberger, Scott Henderson and Fatih Agdaban. They seem as happy as they can be with it.
Proprio sulla pozza passiamo.
Due, tre.
Tre. Stai zitta. Tre.
2, 3. Linea buona, linea buona.
4 secondi io.
Alla fine un po'.
Ti prego fermati che c'è qua una barca di merda.
So Italy needing this one to stop short, but it creeps in.
4 secondi, vi ha scopato 2 metri, neanche.
Canada will have a chance to play the nose hit. So Lisa Weigel
Yes! Hard, hard. Really hard.
rolled that one.
Yep.
Swoopers are all over
Hard to
this.
stay.
You're going to have to keep
Hard
this
for a piece.
going all the way. Just catches the edge of the red.
Looks like she turned the shit out of that.
Yikes.
Buona.
Fate
2,
le
3.
10.
Linea buona. Dai, tira un po' più su, tira più su. Dai che va, ancora un po'. Dai, almeno 2. Dai che va a 2. Ancora. Bene.
So they do make the guard this time.
Duretta, eh?
So no chance for Canada to play the hit. So do you expect to see the split on the guard, Logan?
Whoa. Weight's nice. No, never. No, not on it. Get off. Get off.
Well, it's certainly going to be an attempted split on the guard here, Kenny, but I don't think it's going to be very successful. It's what this Canadian team does this early in the game. And not really even close from Lisa Weigel. You usually expect her to get really close to them.
Buona linea, solo posto, 5. Linea molto buona, 5 basta.
So Oliveri
Linea
for
buona, tieni linea,
Italy
tieni linea.
has a chance to go around the guard.
Vai, tieni tutta, tira.
Oh, prova dall'altra, tra un po' molla. Molto molla.
And does make it into the house, but not really in a threatening position.
Yeah, you're rolling my way for a corner. Heel.
Yes. Oh, clean.
Just turning her.
Nicely done. Right, Alison Krevchuk.
Okay, I saw where she slid.
Buona.
4,
Linea va bene.
4, 5.
2 va bene.
2,
Ok, lascia sentirlo un attimo.
2,
Sulla linea e basta.
2.
Tirala un po'. Sta arrivando, no, è buona da sola. Arriva. Un po', vai, tira, vai, vai, tutta. Ottima. Brava.
Italy just deciding to keep through in the centre. Maybe run a few stones through.
Absolutely the right decision.
Yes.
Rachel doesn't seem too excited with this throw.
Clean.
So how do you expect this to pan out, Kenny, this end?
I think Canada will be looking to blanket and maybe try and take their single in 8 or try and take 2 in 8. I don't think Rachel Holman will be too worried about scoring in 8 because they could force down 9 and they would have last on advantage in the 10th. So I think that's what Canada were trying to do here. Is just blanket this end.
Buona sola.
2, 3. Buona.
Certainly needing to keep the guard reasonably far away from the shot stone.
A rischio quasi di 4. A rischio quasi di... È un 4. È un 4.
And that's another poor shot there by Apollonio. Just can't find her way at all today. This is going to be Anna Sidorova trying to play a run back here for a multiple score. Needs to get 2 reds out of the forefoot and will only clear 1. It's a steal in the 6th end. We've seen all week how good Latvia are at coming back in their games. However, they still have a way to go. They're trailing Russia by 6 shots to 4.
9.
Lo dai Nin. Deciditi invece.
So while we've been away, the double takeout was played on the Reds.
Buona. Sì, vai, tira tutta. Forte. Oh. Sì. Oh. Rossa. Oh.
one will hang around at the edge of the 12-foot.
Yes! Hard! Really hard!
Canada just trying to replace that red stone with their own, but rolling into the house.
I'm gonna ask for more ice on those next time.
Okay.
We're sweeping them end to end.
Yeah.
I'm not like a foot tight.
So not too many stones in play here on the 7th end.
Stop it.
No, no.
Not too much communication going on here. And the reason for that was it was a little bit high and hard.
There's a footprint right there.
And rolled out of play. So Rachel Holman with a chance to find her draw weight with this one.
I'm gonna see if still the same. A little quicker to the wing. You want it on the seat? Back 12 is fine. Back 12? Okay. Line's good. Line's nice. Keep it
Rachel
clean.
Holman playing
Where is it? Keep
the
it
end-turn
clean,
draw.
guys. Back 8. Line's nice. Yep. Nice sweep.
And down more.
Right down onto the tee line.
I thought you were back 8, sorry. I thought it would glide a bit more.
I thought that would have been like my back.
Certainly looks like Canada are going to get their wish here in the 7th end to blank this end.
Sparry for Italy. To hit and stay once again.
Feel? Yeah.
Final stone on the 7th end.
Whoa,
Rachel
right
Holman
off.
trying to play the clean pick.
No, never.
This must be very close to the edge of the stone. Oof. Just catches enough to get it out of there. And it will be a blank in the 7th end. Rachel Holman just inspecting that ice damage. And the 3 wise men come out once again to have a look at it. 7 ends played, and it's Canada 5, Italy 4. You can just see in the right hand side of your picture the ice crew doing a little bit of work on the ice, just testing it with a stone, running it over the top. I think it's important that the teams aren't completely distracted by this. I think they still need to make sure that they're having their chats between the ends and having a united front when it comes to the next end and knowing exactly what they're doing. That's Stefan Rosberger out with his razor, same one he used this morning. Anyway, enough of the housework, and we'll get back on with this 10th round matchup between Italy and Canada here at the Titlis Glacier Mountain World Women's Curling Championships 2013. This is the 8th end, and my name's Logan Gray, and I'm joined by Kenny Edwards. Could still go either way here, Kenny.
I think you've got to say Canada are in control.
Okay, but like, I can do a touch less. Like, it doesn't go like crazy like the other sheet. Okay.
In possession of last stone advantage, and really have controlled the game since around the second end. Got off to a slow start, but I think they're going off a little more positively for them. And you've got to expect Canada to be able to close this game out fairly convincingly.
Whoa, whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. It's a lot of weight.
So once again,
It hit the patch.
No, the patch is up there.
It hit
split
something.
on the centre guard.
It's going further than that.
Lisa Weagle plays that
Maybe hit
so
first
well,
level.
Logan.
Yeah, that's absolutely perfect to split it to 2 corner guards as well. So Weagle playing 75%, 91% of draws. And those tech shots do fall into the hits category, which will explain the 53%. So a much longer guard this time, and wow, look at all the red and yellow in here. So Maria Pritz with her final stone of this 6th end. Doesn't manage to quite hit it thin enough to spill that red off the back of the button, but does do enough to score. And Sweden will take a 1-shot lead into the 7th end.
Oliveri for Italy.
Linea va bene, Pirlo un po' troppo di linea, solo 2. Qua. Vai, tira ancora un po'. Ok, basta. Brava.
So a few stones in play now, Logan. That's the problem with playing that split shot. If you do leave your shooter in play, it acts as a catcher for the opposing stone being driven back onto it. So Allison, first shoot, got to be pretty accurate with this. And here you see it.
Yeah, jams on the corner guard and nearly spills into the ring as well. Pretty even game at second. Olivieri and Krevzuk. Round about the 70 mark. Olivieri again struggling with those takeouts. They're pretty good on the draws.
Passa uno, è stretta. 1, 2, va oltre. Ora perché sennò va giù troppo. Va giù troppo. Non lo sa, vedi? Lo sa. Ferma.
Yeah, so throws it up high to try and make a nuisance of herself just by putting on the centre line. It's quite a hard peel, Logan, isn't it?
Well, it certainly is, Kenny. You could play the single peel on the in turn, but I think you probably want to try and do a little bit more than that to open things up here.
Yep, same as before.
So maybe playing the
It's in the ice.
in turn draw here. Trying to sneak one through the port. That's the problem with throwing tech shots in this sort of situation. It's just gets really messy, and there's so many stones for the Italian team to hide behind.
It's heavy. Just stay close. It's all there. Deep.
Okay, so back to the local derby. Russia and Latvia. Anna Sidorova facing two red stones, frozen in the 8-foot circle.
Yeah, she certainly popped that one back as well.
Oh, Anna. Well, they're doing it again, Latvia. Making a really bad first half and then fighting their way back, clawing with everything they've got, and they steal two in the 7th end. And would you believe it, tie game on sheet A, 7 ends played there, and it's Latvia 6, Russia 6.
Linea buona, spazio tanto, 6, è perfetta linea, a tazzare il rosso, spazio, è bellissima, a tazzare il rosso,
This one looking pretty good for line.
dai che va, giù,
So the Italians managing to get this one right down into the 4-foot. Great shot. See, comes past the top guard with plenty to spare and ends up in a great spot in behind the guard.
Oh, one thing's for sure, you always know what Georgia Apollonio's thinking. Really wears her heart on her sleeve, so passionate.
Trying to get a piece of this round.
Well, you only see ends like this with Rachel Holman's team involved. Just the whole 12-foot circle covered from one side to the other, full length of the playing area. What a mess.
Yeah, I think it's a coach's nightmare, I think, Logan, would be the phrase you would use.
What do you think they're trying to achieve here exactly? I can't work it quite out. We'll come back to that in a minute, Kenny. You can have a think about that one. But Miscue just slightly outplaying Apollonio, 69 to 64, and Georgia only 52 on draws. Yep. With these tick shots, are they trying to give themselves the best opportunity to score two? Or are they trying to prevent the steal? What do you think the actual outcome is that they're looking for?
I think they're trying to prevent the steal more than anything, and set up a chance of multiple scores so that they're guaranteeing, or they think they'll score more than the single point with the last stone advantage.
wrecks the guard, and we'll have another few stones lying around here. But the centre line is open, Kenny.
Yeah, this is getting real messy, real messy. I can see Canada putting themselves under a bit of pressure.
Disciplina. Io devo sempre provare. Se noi veniamo qua cosa fa lei?
Io gli diamo la mano però.
Allora veniamo a guardia. L'importante è che ne faccia uno però.
Teniamo il timeout.
Secondo me non è così tanto difficile, io verrei qui.
Sì, è una scelta, arriviamo lì, poi gli diamo l'ottava
Vieni in
mano.
appoggio, se lei poi che fa?
Gli
La
diamo
guardia,
l'ottava.
guarda che passa che sei un attimo.
Cioè ci abbiamo due.
Ce ne abbiamo forse anche 3 se va male.
Però gli diamo l'ottava. Siamo sotto i due, è difficile poi rivincerla.
Ho capito, ma prenderne 3 può anche essere l'ottava. Andiamo 8 a 4,
So we're just discussing whether to throw the guard or corner freeze the back yellow.
Well, the timeout's been called here, Kenny. Saw the international timeout sign go up. And Fabio Olvera will make his way down.
Le due scelte sono la guardia o il punto. Se mettiamo il punto finirà che lei ne fa uno. E andiamo sotto di due. Se la guardia c'è più rischio, però possiamo arrivare a pari.
So we're just going to listen into
Due scelte, se arriviamo
see what
qui
the
gli diamo l'ottava mano
coach
e ne
is
fa
going to
uno.
say.
Se vogliamo forzare dobbiamo mettere la guardia e cercare di arrivare pari sul tabellone. Anche
abbiamo
noi,
capito.
ma non siamo invece. Gli diamo l'ottava però.
Però-
Gli diamo l'ottava mano.
Ma non è detto che gliela dai, scusami un attimo, Cioè, tanto c'è un freeze qua perfetto, Se ne fa uno. Andiamo sotto di 2.
Mi dispiace un po', sì.
Ma ne becchi 3,
vediamo
di
qua.
beccarne 3 con una
Mettiamo
guardia.
l'impressione anche noi a lei.
Qui quindi? Allora, però non creerà tantissimissimo. Proviamo così.
So I think the call was just to come around and corner freeze the back yellow, Logan. So
Yeah, there's definitely two options here. You either play that freeze as they've called now, or you throw a guard. It just depends on, I think, what you want to achieve from the end. If you're quite happy to settle to force Rachel Holman to score one here in the 8th and give them a 2-shot lead with 2 ends to go, then this is the right call. But for me, I think they're all set for a steal here. If they put up a centre guard, they're applying much more pressure to the Canadians. Italy could play a really good shot here and still end up lying 2 against after it. So
Ora T-line! 77. T-line no, devi kirlare. Forse Giorgi. Dove? Forse anche di più, 7. 7, 8, 7, 8. Vai,
This
7,
one needs to
8.
come down the
Già
hill
andata,
now.
già andata. 7, 8. No, no,
A little high for line.
7, 8. No. Qua allora. Qua. Vai, 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 vai. Oh.
actually finds quite a good spot there, Kenny.
Yeah, it does. Just went far enough. Foot shorter. Rachel Holman would have a chance to play the double.
She just draws the ball. Oh, then this is very easy. Okay. Unless she's on the inside, okay?
I think I like that. If you roll the other way, then you're blocking off.
Then it's
being
an
able to
automatic
hit
double.
that.
No, she's saying she doesn't. You don't like rolling this.
Right, rolling that way.
Shit. I think we gotta do this. Hope it spins up a little. Hack? Sure. Lisa's did not move an inch. Okay, I think it'll curl a little, but okay.
So we have that. They're just going to play hack weight. Shouldn't move too much.
How much?
geometry? Little alleyway?
Yeah.
Okay. I wouldn't mind throwing closer to back line. Okay.
So just changing the weight, taking a little bit more ice. Just going to bump this red through.
Hack. Yep. Yep. Hack. Yep.
Supers are on this one.
Yep.
I'll have to go hard to get it past the guard. It's really curling hard. Have they done enough? They haven't. So things not going
There's a move
Canada's
an inch
way
and mine
here
took off the whole way.
in the 8th.
It's just not even close from Rachel
She did
Holman.
really well. It's positive and heavy. Didn't even
Struggling with the stones or the ice or something. There must be something that we can't see out there. You're at all surprised that they chose to hit the one in behind the guard rather than the one on the button, Kenny?
Yeah, a little surprised. I think maybe just come down at control weight, bump the one on top of the button and roll across the face of the other one.
L'ho tenuto, però atterrò comunque. Ok.
Basta, sì, dovrebbe andare.
I would say this one needs to be a centre line guard. No harm in showing the right hand side of that red as we look at it. Throw something tight on the centre line here. It's going to be really, really tough for Canada to score. Rachel Holman actually having a good game. 86% before that last shot against Gaspari's 68.
No, no, un po' meno, qua, 5, Tilai, sì, sì che va giù troppo, sì.
I think they're going in here, Kenny.
Lasciala. Ma porca di quella troia.
Now, do you expect Rachel Holman to take a run at this thin double?
No, I don't think so, Kenny. She could probably make that double, but the chances of squeezing the top one past that white yellow are slim to nothing.
I think I need to move it to stay high on it.
Okay, she throws this.
This
That
isn't
was
an easy
hack.
shot either, but
That was hack.
Rachel?
Yeah.
Anna
the last
Gaspari,
one.
that stone she
Alright,
just played,
back
not
eight.
really doing a huge amount over there.
I don't think it's much different on
Okay.
this pass.
Quick here? Yeah, I don't think it's really changed here. Like your last one was hack. How much are you throwing? Freeze isn't the end of the world. But if we can tap it a bit so that it stays high. Okay, so back four.
How much, sorry?
Back four is good.
You're aiming.
So just throwing back 4 weights. They're just going to nudge this one back, Logan.
I don't think she'll be filled with confidence after that last one. It didn't seem to run how she thought it might.
Line's really good. Waist close. Keep it clean. Can't hurt it. Gotta go. Gotta go. Go then. Wait all week. Whoa. Weight's good. Don't have backing.
Sorry?
No backing. Okay, it's coming up now. Clean it. Yep. Yes.
Wow, look at that stone curl at the end. Does enough, stops on the T-line. That really seemed to rear up as he came into the front of the house. Maybe the ice just getting a little bit slower in the sliding track as we come into the later stages of this game. But somehow, in the end, Rachel Holman finds a way and scores one to take a 6-4 advantage in this matchup against Italy.
live coverage from the Titlis Glacier Mountain.
Okay, thank you.
World Women's Curling Championship coming to you live from the Volvo Sports Centre, Riga, Latvia. I am Ken Edwards. I'm joined by Logan Gray for Canada versus Italy. It's Canada who lead 6-4, and we are into the 9th end.
Looks real heavy. Let that die. It's coming down hard.
That's good.
So much rotation. Great throw, Elise.
Well, 2 up. Quite happy for them to go into the rings on this occasion. I've seen a lot of the teams in this kind of situation going into the rings and giving their opposition the chance to run the likes of the 7th to 9th end through. But not such a problem when you're 2 or more up. How hard do you think Italy will go for this 2 in the 9th end?
I think they'll go all out, Logan. I think we'll see a lot of stones in play, and we'll see Canada just try and play the takeouts and the guards. I think they'll really have a go here in the 9th end.
I always think for me, playing the 9th end, you're 2 down. I think you need to still play the end in a way that you give yourself the opportunity to blank still. It's not a disaster going down the 10th. And you kind of have an extra opportunity to be in the same situation, if you get me. So there's no point in going all out and losing a steal or getting forced to the 1. So I think it'll maybe a conservative 2 from my point of view. But maybe they can go out here and score a bundle, who knows. So we saw Latvia on the charge. Always so good around the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th ends. And here's Anna Sidorova with a run back against 2 reds on the button. She can score in this end with a good takeout. It's a little bit thick and doesn't get the stone on the button. Another super steal for Latvia. And Anna Sidorova feeling the pressure of the home support. 8 ends played there, and it's Latvia 7, Russia 6.
So Canada not messing around, off for the corner guard. Italy will probably just throw it again.
Anzi, giochiamola di qua.
Probably electing to draw the other side this time, Logan.
Not really too sure what the call is here. Are they throwing a corner?
Yeah, I think so, Logan. It's throwing the end turn.
No, I would say this is the correct side to go to.
Va giù? Va giù canta? Cosa vuol dire appunto? Infatti? Sì, ma sta... Madonna, Giorgia, si arriva la dito, Cazzo.
Yeah, we take a look at China, Sweden. Wang with a chance to take the lead in the game. Just needs to hit the paint for a deuce here in the 8th. And sweepers just keeping this one clean. It will pull up on the tee line. So a score of 2. China take the lead 5-4 over on sheet B. As I said earlier, Logan, I think Italy are really going for this now. They're just ignoring the yellow stones that are in play.
Well, really nice depth here, but is this one showing out the other side? I think it could well be. Nice attempt all the same by Olivieri.
I can see like a third. Okay. 4?
Maybe the tad sticky out there. Maybe just a little stickier out there.
Okay.
Doesn't manage to make the hit and stick here. But a good shot all the same, right out to the bumpers with that takeout. Italy again trying to bring this corner guard into play and make the 2 here. Going pretty tight to the guard once again. Sits a little bit higher in the house and does a good enough job to force Canada to peel this corner. So a nice shot there by Apollonio. Not really being at her best on the draws, but getting it right at this crucial moment of the 9th end.
So that one just over curling and rolls a centre guard and covers the one on the button.
So sheet D hits handshakes, a concession by Switzerland after Scotland scored 4 in the 9th end. And they'll take down Switzerland by 10 shots to 4 in the end. Scotland remain on 1 loss and 5 wins. And Switzerland a little bit in free fall at the moment, moved to 3 wins and 3 losses.
Lasciala cherlare tutta. Lasciala cherlare tutta. Pronta via. Più. Via. Ok, Joe.
Well, obviously during our update from Switzerland, Scotland, Miscue must have made a hit and roll to the centre line on the corner guard and got that one in a pretty good spot. And Georgia Apollonio trying for the tap back, but just bouncing off.
I don't mind control. Okay.
It's a real shame that that red that went around the corner guard isn't lying in 3rd shot at this point. Makes the Italians' task that much harder.
Can you roll?
Yeah, either way.
Okay.
Just gonna stick around.
Okay.
Control. Clean it. Yep. Whoa. Clean it. Clean. Right up. Clean.
Pull down, Em.
No, right up.
Hits and rolls hang around to sit third. Oh, it's fairly tight. So expect to see Italy maybe just come down and corner freeze that back yellow in it behind the centre guard. It's the best they can do now.
Però se noi facciamo quello, no, quello non c'è. Allora che l'ha piccola.
So I think they're just going to come at the end turn this time. Oh, they're playing the hit, Logan.
I hope they're playing a freeze. Yeah, they're just going to throw the freeze here, just taking a lot of ice and don't let the brush beside the stone fool you. And they drag this one down onto the face. Looks like it's going to sit a little bit high, but in shot position, super draw by Diana Gaspari.
We're not third shot, right?
So look at this one.
You got a
Stone's
little bit
really
there.
digging in hard at the finish. And the sweeper's getting the maximum curl out of that stone.
Could just do this. Try and move it enough. Sure.
The bird's up high enough. Like it does curl
And if
there.
it's hanging, you can just
Quite
do
a
this.
bit.
Sure. What do you think? So just like back, at least back four-ish. Right here.
We're 2 and 3 right now.
It's barely there, eh? I think it's there. It curls. You can go right by it. Okay. Especially if you're only throwing back 8. If I get to there, eh? Yeah. You need back 8? Yeah. Just back 4. Right there?
Sure, I think it's good.
It's too much. No, I don't think it's too much.
Doesn't look like board. How much weight?
Back 4, back 8.
Okay.
You gotta get like half on the inside.
Okay.
I don't know the weight. Slow here?
Mine seemed okay, but her time was funny, so maybe just give a good extension to what you've been throwing.
It really stopped at the house.
Yeah, so I think maybe just give it a little extra to be sure.
Okay. Yep, stay close. Then. Wait, good. Come on! Whoa, whoa. Never mind.
So Rachel Holman not even close to getting past the guard. And Diana Gaspari earns an opportunity to score 2 here.
We're not even taking, like, I don't know if it's kicked or what. My weight wasn't that bad.
Yeah, nice chance to come down and just rest up against the red to tie the game up, heading into the 10th end.
Botto.
Definitely slower. That was
I've thrown that pack several times in this game, sitting in the front, and I thought the weight was still like, no? Okay.
It's on the edge.
Maybe we need to check it
So already lying shot stone. Needs to cut the 1 foot here. This is no gimme.
Vai, vai! Vai, vai, vai!
to chip. Don't want to chip the red here. Will they hold it for two? Super draw. Great shot by Diana Gaspari. Giorgia Apollonio still doesn't look happy out there. But it's a tie game coming home. Super draw with both of Gaspari's stones. This is exactly where she struggled this morning, but seems to have rediscovered that feel. And a score of 2 in the 9th end ties the game up. 9 ends played here. Italy 6, Canada 6.
Linea perfetta, va bene sola.
3, 9, sì.
3, 2, 3. 2. Sì. Linea va bene da sola. Tira un po' su, tira su, tira su, tira su, tira su. A 3. Brava.
No, è dentro. Giusto anch'io. Okay.
Yes!
Turn.
Ah! Whoa! Wait, that! Whoa, Sen!
No.
No! Tack up.
So into the 10th end,
Still got a little bit.
and it's all tied. Canada 6, Italy 6. Canada with the all-important last stone advantage.
Buona 2, va bene. Buona.
Olvera will be looking for this guard. Back on the centre line. A really nice tick shot there by Lisa Weigel. And this is always the problem
Okay.
when you're playing against this Canadian team, so good at opening up that centre of play and just making things simple really for
Should be fine.
Rachel Holman's final shot.
Want me to throw a little more? Same weight.
Just a hair if you need.
What was that, hack? Hack. Okay. We're the same.
Same weight.
Close.
Never.
This one's really close as well.
That's great shooting from the lead. Just, it's a bit ridiculous to tell you the truth, isn't it, Logan?
Yeah, it's a real masterclass that Lisa Weigel puts on those tick shots. Kenny, what do you think it is that Lisa Weigel does that makes her so good at those tick shots?
I think it's the weight, Logan, more than anything. It's just such a delicate sort of backline weight that she throws constantly. So that's the key to the shot, I think.
could go thin, but I'd rather you go thick.
So
Peel.
just going to try and peel the guards off.
Whoa. Yeah! Hard.
And spins
Nice throw, Alex.
two of the reds away. Rolls the shooter to the side.
Well, I wonder how much Emma Miskew is looking forward to her peels in this 10th end.
Yeah, she's struggled so far.
Dalla parte giusta.
A
it's
third
pretty
would
thin.
probably do it too.
A third. That's in the ice, Alex.
I'd rather you go thin though. No, no, no.
Canada looking for a peel.
Okay.
Will we make the double?
Sorry, I tried to throw it straighter.
Nope, just the single.
Certainly looking pretty good for Canada at the moment. Kenny, if it's starting to look like Italy aren't going to be able to get a centre guard here, I think they might change their tactics in any way.
3-4.
Yeah, but they might decide to
3-4.
maybe just go around the corner guard.
A rischio di 4. 4-5.
But you can't expect to win the game with Stone in the 8 foot. You've probably got to be fully 4.
Well, that's not going to help matters.
Hey. What do you want here?
Down normal's good.
Yeah, I think so too.
Whoa, no.
Never.
No, no,
Never.
no.
I think they're trying to hang this one around. Looking for it on the nose or just on the edge of the forefoot. Doesn't want to take out her one stone as well. Emma just been a little bit wayward with her takeouts today. So here it is, the amazing comeback from Latvia. Once again, they're so good at running their way back into games, just not so good in the first halves. Here's Sidorova with a run back for a bundle and halves that red stone out. Turns that game back onto its head, and it's a score of 3. Russia lead Latvia, going down the last end by 9 shots to 7. Can MMSQ get both these reds to go away? She cannot, and she spins one back onto the centre line. Just none of those peels have worked out today for Emma.
Quarter and jammed it and rolled in. That was almost not there. Had to have set, I think it was either.
So, do you throw the guard or the come around here, Kenny?
I think you could have played a come around, Logan. Get in there first. So an interesting opportunity here for
The Italians, that could well just be the break they needed.
Yeah, really important to keep this one top of the tee. Doesn't need to be fully buried though.
Dove? 4, 5. Oh, no linea. Di là. No linea. Meno di chi? 5. No linea. 5 di là. Sì. Meno di chi? Oh. Sì. Sì. Ah, ho preso qualcosa.
And mistake from the Italians.
Is it like the whole side of the street
Thicker.
feels wet?
Half.
Because I think people are walking through
2/3
that water
goes back
and
onto ours.
dragging it everywhere.
So I think that one maybe picked, did it?
I think maybe, but they weren't keeping it clean, so all got themselves to blame.
Yeah. It's gonna slow down too.
Yeah, definitely.
So I think I just heard someone just suggesting that people might be still walking through some of that kind of water drip on the edge of the sheet and kind of dragging stuff around a little bit. So I could have just hit something there. Rachel Holman going to try and spill both of these reds. Interesting to see where the first guard goes here. It could well go on to the wide red. As she managed to squeeze it across the top. Terrific shot by Rachel Holman here. And that could make her final stone all the easier. Blows that center wide open.
It's like the longest wait ever over that rock to get there. It's like.
Appoggiarsi passiamo proprio lì, vero?
Appoggiarci passiamo prima. Rosso e poi c'è
Però adesso siamo passati qua, ma dobbiamo farlo noi. Perché fin qua anche qua.
Allora bocciamo. Sarebbe meglio metterla pari.
Bocciamo. Perché non sai quanto il
Magari la giochiamo così. Così passiamo dritte qua.
meglio, perché se no ci passiamo proprio dritta. Proprio un 9 così,
Sì, guarda che stava abbastanza, ti do un pelo meno però, perché...
io sono fin qua adesso. Io passo dietro alla gialla. Qua è merda, è merda pura.
Non succederà niente, Diana.
Con la bocciata non dovrebbe succedere.
Non succede niente, Diana.
Appunto non andiamo perché lì ci passiamo
No,
sopra.
ma tranquilla, non succede niente.
Tiro un 9 lì. Sì.
Okay, so a couple of options. They could throw the freeze here, or they could go for the hit to lie 2. So they're going for the hit to lie 2. Really important to stick this one around.
I would have thought that maybe we would have just thrown the freeze with this, but I think we maybe decided to play the hit due to the ice conditions.
Well, Rachel Holman left with an out-turn draw here. And just needs to touch the 8 foot to win this one. So a big chance here for Canada to go to 4 wins and 2 losses. And what you must think is a must-win game for Canada.
Same as practice, you think? Pretty close,
So maybe a little touch. I don't know if it's quicker.
No?
I don't think coming to
Touch
the
slower,
center.
But I think if I throw the same as practice, then it should be there,
Okay.
I think you can sweep it.
Okay, let's make it good.
Final stone of the 10th end, it's Rachel Holman. And she needs to find the 8 foot circle. Should be a formality.
Yeah, sweepers going hard on this one.
Hard, guys, hard.
Needing a piece of 8.
They're going to have to go hard to get this there. Can they make it slide into the 8 foot? They certainly can. Great sweeping by Weigel and Kremizuk. Making the job easy for Rachel Holman. And eventually, Canada do defeat Italy by a scoreline of 7 shots to 6. So Canada, they'll move on to 4 wins and 2 losses. A nice bounce back win after being defeated by the USA last night. And Italy, they will fall to 2 wins and 5 losses. Lots to do for them if they want to secure some good Olympic points this week.
Well played today.
It's really bad. Thank you.
Considering the water things.
So you're gonna mountain rice?
And it's handshakes on sheet B as well. China stealing one in the last end against Sweden, and Sweden suffer their first loss of the week. They go to 5 wins and 1 loss, and China starting to get on a roll, almost out of playoff contention on 2 wins and 5 losses now, but they'll need to try and reel off a few wins to give themselves a good chance of qualifying directly for the Olympics next year. And also the fairy tale comeback in the local derby between Latvia and Russia wasn't to be. Latvia just coming up a little bit short in the end. A big 3 for Sidorova in the 9th end, really sealing the deal. And Russia still in the mix here this week, now moving to 5 wins and 2 losses, and the European champions looking dangerous. And that's the view of the Volvo Sports Centre. That's Stefan Roethlisberger having a look at this drip situation on sheet C. So we've got highlights on the way of our featured game between Italy and Canada. Went right down to the wire in the end. Really was a fascinating game. Italy never really letting Canada get away from them. But it did come down right to the last stone, and Rachel Holman held her nerve. So here we go. The 8th end, a really messy 8th end, and Rachel Holman under serious pressure facing 2 red Italian stones in the 4-foot circle. Had to cut the edge of the button to score. And did she ever? Krevizuk and Weigel take that one right onto the edge of the lid. And Rachel Holman would lead by 6 shots to 4. Then in the 9th end, Diana Gaspari saying, anything you can do, Rachel, I can do as well. And she has to draw the 1 foot in the 9th end to score 2 to tie things up. And really well judged by the Italian vice skip and sweepers. Folds it around, and it's a score of 2 reds in the 9th. Tie game coming home. And then some excellent tech shots by Lisa Weigel. Some great peeling by Rachel Holman. And it would be a wide open draw to the 8-foot circle. No guards to worry about. And Krevizuk and Weigel usher that one down for the win. Canada hanging tough. Elsewhere in the Volvo Sports Centre in draw 10, Latvia losing out to Russia, China defeating Sweden, and Scotland beating Switzerland. Let's see how the standings look. Sweden losing their first game to be tied with Scotland at 5 wins and 1 loss. Russia also going to 5 wins. And these teams with lots of work to do if they want to be at the business end of the week.
Rachel, another one. How do you feel?
Good. It feels good to get that win under our belts, and we've got a tough game tonight against Sweden, so we're going to have to prepare for that one.
Yeah, there seemed to be a few problems with ice. Can you explain what was happening out there?
Yeah, there's a leak, and I guess there's just separation between where the roof meets, and so the sun's shining, it's melting through, and it's dripping on the ice.
Okay, 4-2. How do you feel the week's going so far?
I mean, we're struggling with the ice a little bit, but every game that we play, we learn it a little bit better, and so hopefully we're prepared enough for tonight against Sweden. It's going to be a tough battle, and hopefully we come up on top.
Okay, thanks for talking with us, Rachel. Good luck.
There you have it, the thoughts of the winning skip, Rachel Homan of Team Canada, defeating Italy in draw 10 by 7 shots to 6. And moving to 4 wins and 2 losses. From myself, Logan Gray and Kenny Edwards, thanks for watching and join us for more action this evening.